Okay, so here we are, face to face, case to case, really in front of the mirror. What do I have to say? Demisha, you've come a long, long, long way, but the journey is not yet finished. And that's something that I have to remember. I'm constantly reminding myself of all the ways that I'm not successful and all the ways that I'm not achieving what I want to achieve, but it's not done in a day. It's not next minute. It's not 5 minutes later. Look at me. This, in some people's eyes, is sexy. Even in my own. I don't feel like this is too bad, considering. But I can do better. I can be better, triple red. I can look better. I can feel better. And I can take more advantage of pretty privilege because what's happening. But there is a couple chins in the way. So in 2015, I looked like this. Hold on a second, y'all. This was me. And this is me now. Like, where's she at? You know what I hated the most about looking back at my old pictures? Hold on, I want to show y'all my... I didn't wear makeup enough. I didn't even beat my face enough to really enjoy the skinny snatched chin that I had back then. I didn't enjoy it. I only got a couple pictures with makeup on. But do you see how skinny my arm is? What? Like, y'all, I'm trying to get back to this weight. And I think I was like 190, 200 pounds. And right now I'm sitting at 300 pounds. So I gotta lose 100 pounds. Here's my game plan. Intermittent fasting. 10,000 steps a day. And clean eating. I think I can do it in 3 months. I think I can do it in 4 months. Let's say 4 months. 4 months, 100 pounds. 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. I can do it. So that's what this video was kind of going to be about. Me getting back skinny. And this is the first day of me doing that. Well, I'm going to start my intermittent fasting on the 1st. Today is the 29th. So this is like my last day that I can eat willy-nilly or more than once a day. Because I'm going to be fasting from 4 to 8. Well, the time that I'm going to eat is between 4 and 8 every day. So a 4-hour window. So 20, 20, 24. So I'm going to be fasting for 20 hours and eating for 4 hours. But in that 4 hours, I'm going to try to keep it just to one meal. Also, I'm also going to keep it underneath 1,200 calories, which should be easy. Outside of that, I'm going to be drinking water. Before, when I was fasting, I would allow myself to have things like iced coffee, smoothies, frozen coffee. None of that. I can't do that. I got to focus and just drink water and get this weight up off me. My plan is to do it, tell people how I did it, and help them lose weight too. The things I have going against me are my mental. And that's like 80% of the game, because mentally you have to be in it and you have to keep yourself there in the moment. I'm a dreamer. I'm visionary. I like to imagine. So when I get into doing something that's here, physical, every day, I can like get lost and become inconsistent and not stick to it. But I do have a history of actually sticking to it. I've went up and back down like 2 or 3 times at this point. So I know that I can actually lose the weight if I try, because I've done it before. I just have to remind myself that that's what I want and continue to do that for some months. I'm looking forward to looking snatched, y'all. Like absolutely snatched. And just gorgeous. Like I'm already pretty, so just like more gorgeous are. And the clothes. I want to take full advantage of the fashion. So here we are on that journey. What else do I want to talk about? Bible study. As you can see, I have my Bible right here. I have been reading it. Bible studies haven't been posted though. I still want to do it, and I feel like a fake Christian because like I'm not being consistent for God, and I know he's not mad at me because I've still been reading and like continuing to absorb myself in the word, but I'm not putting that out there to other people, which is like the whole point, is to draw people closer to God. But it's hard for me to stay consistent and do something every day. I think I want to pick it back up and like continue to try, continue to work, continue to go hard for it. But it's just so much stuff in the way. Like, it's just so much stuff in the way. It's really not anything in the way. I'm in my own way. I'm making up obstacles. I'm blocking my blessings. I'm letting the devil convince me that it's not worth it to try. I'm failing. And I'm here just honestly going to tell you everything through the process. Like, this is what I'm going to do with my weight loss as well, because I want to be transparent and I want to have a record for myself of like everything that I'm going through and everything that I'm doing, and just really just talking, like venting to myself and posting it. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I don't care. My house looks a mess right now. It's so dirty. But cleaning irritates me. Sometimes it can be relaxing. Sometimes I look at something that's messy and I'm like, ain't no way. I ain't dealing with this shit. But working on getting a cleaner to help me out. My dog has been being really good. Theodore, he's a doll. I started dating somebody new. I don't want to talk about him too soon, but things are going pretty well. I really like him. He's super smart and caring and nice and God-fearing, and I appreciate that. I feel like God truly did bring him to me just because of the timing of everything. We actually met online, so yeah. But he makes me feel really good and he accepts me for me. He's been talking to me about like, yeah, you know, I love to work out. I would love you to come work out with me. And initially I was like, Absolutely not. But when I started to think about it, I was like, yo, working out is fun. You like working out. You might as well go work out with your man, shorty. You might as well go work out with your man. But we'll be working out in the future. What I'm going to be doing as far as working out is I'm going to be doing steps. I'm going to be doing 10,000 steps a day, and I'm also going to be doing high interval training. So high interval training makes me lose weight like this. So what I tend to do is get on the elliptical. I'll jog at a moderate pace. I'm talking 3.54, like low, just a lazy jog for 15 minutes. And then for the next 15 minutes, I'll do 1 minute running, sprinting as fast as I can on elliptical, and then 1 minute rest, and then 1 minute sprinting, and then 1 minute rest. So I do like 7 or 8 rounds of sprints, and then I get off, and then I'm done. That's the whole workout. It's not hard. It's not hard. That's the whole workout, short and sweet, 30 minutes, boom. And the fat just falls off me. So I'm gonna stick to what worked for me 2 times before and do that. I gotta work my knees and work my feet and work my body up to the point where I'm able to sprint and run for 15 minutes. So I'm gonna start off with just doing walking. So I'm gonna do the HIIT in addition to doing 10,000 steps per day. I ordered a fake Apple Watch off of TikTok shop. So that should be coming, and that'll be like my pedometer to help me count my steps that I'm taking every day. But usually I just use my phone, put in my pocket, and go walk around outside, and it'll tell me how many steps I took. But yeah, that. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing any weights because I don't like being sore. I don't wanna be sore every day of the fucking 4 months just because I'm trying to build muscle. I don't wanna be sore right now. I don't feel like being sore. I don't feel like my body hurting. I don't feel like being like, every time I'm trying to move or do something. I don't feel like being sore. So I don't think I'm gonna start lifting weights until after I actually lose, I wanna say at least 60, 50, 60 pounds. Then I'll start doing weights. But just to start in this first phase, I'm gonna be doing HIIT cardio, and I'm also gonna be doing low impact cardio, which is walking 10,000 steps. 10,000 steps is like 1 pound. So if I'm eating in a calorie deficit and I'm walking off 1 pound, then I should be able to lose like 7 pounds a week. I'm going for 7 pounds a week, man. 7 times 4 is 21, 24, 28, 28, 14, 28 is 28. So I should be able to lose like 30 pounds or so if I work out 5 days. If I work out 5 days a week, that's 5, 10, 15, 20. That's 20 pounds a month. So 4 months, I'll be down 80 pounds, looking totally different. I'll be low 200s, so like 220, 215, 220. Man, I just wish that I could fast forward through all the workouts and just end up on the other side of it where it's already done and I'm already skinny. But we're gonna go through it day by day. And I'm gonna be getting on here. This time for real. I'm gonna be really getting on here. And some days I really do feel dead tired. But even on the days when I feel dead tired, I'm still wanna get on here and be like, y'all, I'm not working out today. I'm dead tired. Like, I just cannot do nothing. But for the first, anyway, even if I wasn't fasting, for the first 5 days of the month, I like to fast just to bring clarity to any situations that I'm going to and show observance of my religion. Just to become closer with God, because in the Bible it does talk about how fasting brings you closer to God and allows you clarity, and just renewal of the mind. You gotta be fresh. You gotta be on your feet. You gotta be all this. You gotta be all that. And I just want that. I feel like I am close to God, but I want a closer relationship with God. Like, I want for people everywhere that I go to know this girl is an avid follower of Jesus Christ, and everything that she does is by way of Him, and everything that she has is a blessing from God. Like, I just want people to know that about me, because it's so true. Like, mentally, I was dealing with a lot before I got baptized. Mentally, I was dealing with a whole lot. Just seriously tormented. Like, mentally, I was not in a good place, and I feel like I was definitely delivered, and the pain that I feel is just like, it's foreign now. And I don't want to remember it. I'm not going to sulk it. I'm not going to bring up stuff from the past that's gone, because when you really think about it, the only reason people have problems in their present is because they dwell in their past. So I don't want to have the problems that I used to have. So I just try to focus on letting all of that go, because I'm past it. Like, it's gone. It's no longer here. It's not with me anymore. I'm in a new place. I'm beginning a new race, and I got a new face. Anyway, y'all, if you think I'm ugly, click like. What else do I want to talk about? I'm just excited. I feel good actually talking to the camera, so I'm glad that I feel like this is something that I can really do. And I like that I just came on here just however I was looking. I didn't try to put on makeup. I didn't try to, spruce myself up or anything. I didn't even put on a bra. So it's like, who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody gives a. I don't. What is there to know about me? I am an artist. I wish I could show you some of my paintings right now, but they're all in storage. And I do like photography, videography, graphic design. I make music. I have songs on all streaming platforms right now. But I want to transition over to gospel music, because I just feel like that's where I am, and it's a better representation of me. My other music is secular music. It's still out, because I'm not gonna lie, that album is good as hell. That album is it deserves a Grammy. But I'm not gonna make music like that anymore. I wanna make music that glorifies God, that like I could feel comfortable with a 12 or 13-year-old girl listening to and actually being inspired by, versus like music that promotes promiscuity and violence and aggression and demonic things like that. Not to say that all those things are necessarily, well, yeah, just I'm not there anymore, and I don't want to promote those things. And I feel like that's a conversation that really needs to be had with a lot of artists. Like, do you realize that if somebody listens to your song on repeat, which is what you want people to play your song over and over and over and over and over again, because that puts money in your pocket, and that spreads your fame, and that glorifies your name. If somebody was to listen to your song on repeat, that you would be programming their subconscious to do things that are not in their benefit. that are not beneficial to them and their evolution as a person. Do you realize that? So, I think, that's what people say when they say such and such sold their soul, or such and such da 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 da. Because truly, that's what it means. It means that you would rather get money than look out for the person that's supporting you and tell them something, or use your talents to influence their ear, influence their subconscious into being a better human being or a better person for society. And then that brings the question, what is really better? How can I say that this is better than this? I mean, you have to go back into the Bible. Like, there are certain principles that are translated and said to be guiding principles for how you should act and how you should treat one another and how you should love one another. And saying stuff like, fuck my baby daddy, or I was eating some ass, I'm not condemning what they're doing, because this is some stuff that, people actually do and people actually feel. So they're just trying to express the moment that they're in and not have it be necessarily bad towards other people, but something that people can agree and congregate around. But when you start glorifying like the negative, you get into a place where you are perpetuating it. Like, you're making that into people who don't have that reality. You're bringing that energy into their reality so that, the people that already are there and the people who are not there both become transformed. It's weird. It's weird, but that's what happens with music. People don't realize how powerful music is. Like, music is super powerful, and you can't just do negativity. You can't do that. People have transformed and changed hip hop and rap from something that was a movement into a shit show. And I say shit show because the people who are being made successful in that industry are basically caricatures of what it means to be a ghetto black woman or a hood black guy. And the reason that they allow this to be glorified and presented as idolatry is because they want us to follow what's going to hurt us. They don't want us to be successful or think of ourselves as kings and queens. They want us to think of ourselves as hoes and drug dealers because it benefits them, seeing as how they have systems in place that arrest men and women who are drug dealers and put them into slavery, penitentiary slavery, where they make money off of them being imprisoned, and women who are selling their bodies also will be imprisoned and they will make money off of them as well. So it's like, why not take people who could easily band together and revolutionize society and create, you know, a world where everything that you've ever dreamed of is in actuality and is possible in here, which is kind of the world that we live in now. I'm just saying, but if you think about it, a lot of Black inventors created the inventions that we live by today. And if you also think about it, a lot of Black laborers created the world and the infrastructure that we live in today. So in order for the people who are in power to continually possess that power, they have to pervert how we see ourselves in order to keep us from realizing that everything that we have is off of our own imagination, our own doing, our own backs, and that we can do that without them. That we don't need them in order to be successful or be important or to be educated or to be revolutionary or to be creative, that we actually don't need them for anything, and that we can control and run all of this on our own. The people in power, and I'm talking about not just Black people, but all people. The people in power do not want the masses to realize that we don't need anybody to control us or regulate us, because then they would lose everything that they have positioned themselves to have if we're operating freely. So it is a lot about mental slavery. It is a lot about being bogged down, being like disconnected, being influenced to do things that are to your detriment, because they already set up systems to profit off of us needing them. That's why they don't teach you how to be an entrepreneur. That's why they don't teach you how to be financially literate. That's why they don't teach you how to heal yourself with herbs and natural remedies. Because if we didn't need their medicine, then we wouldn't need their hospitals. And if we didn't need their hospitals, then we wouldn't need their doctors. And if we didn't need their doctors, we wouldn't need their schooling system. And if we didn't need their schooling system and we could teach ourselves and live and be free and really educate ourselves on how to be healthy and how to live pain-free, disease-free, and drug-free, then they would lose all of their money and control. So essentially, it's about having money and control over the masses. Imagine you are the leader and you have millions and millions of people to control. You're obviously not going to allow all those people to do whatever they want to do. Because the moment they realize that, hey, why do we even have a leader? We can do everything the leader does and be successful without the leader. We don't need the leader for anything. Then the leadership role is gone and people are autonomous and they're just running themselves. So in order to be the leader, you have to be an oppressor. So a lot of people think that having certain infrastructure and certain things like police and government is a sense of safety and a safety net, but really it's all a form of oppression. And I'm not trying to sound like whatever, but I'm just saying, like, when you really look at it, if you really sat back and contemplated and thought about it, you would see that, like, all of that was formed in order to oppress the masses. Because if they were free, and when I say oppression, I mean to keep down, to cap off at a certain level. Because if you have people that can soar as high as they want to soar, then you are no longer the highest standing person in the group. So in order to maintain your place as the highest standing person in the group, you have to be actively holding everybody else down, or somebody else is going to rise above you naturally. That's just how things happen. So yeah, if we didn't need, their doctors, if we didn't need their police, if we didn't need their school system, if we didn't need their already built infrastructure, then we could pretty much do whatever we wanted to do. And I'm not saying that the answer is that everybody should be able to do what they want to do. I'm just looking at putting it under a microscope. Because do I believe that everyone should be autonomous and that there shouldn't be any leaders and that everything should be free for claim and range and that there shouldn't be any leadership, or there shouldn't be any type of system in place to manage everyone and keep everyone safe and keep everyone alive? No, I don't believe that. I think there should be a system in place, because although there are a lot of people who know, there are a lot of people who don't have an idea and will never have an idea and aren't looking for an idea. And those people have to be thought about and thought for and cared for as well. Those people that are asleep, yeah, they matter too. They matter. So you gotta protect them, because if you don't, then there will be an even greater disparity between people who actually have and people who don't have at all. If you allow more people to rise up, it'll make a bigger gap between the people who are at the bottom and the people who are in the middle. And the reason I say this is because if you think about it, a lot of people are surviving by way of governmental assistance. And if those programs and processes weren't in place and that infrastructure wasn't there, then a lot of people would be worse off and homeless and, starving and just really unhealthy, sick, and uneducated. If you had to pay for school, if everybody had to pay for school, there would be so many people who would never learn how to read, never learn how to, do simple addition, multiplication, subtraction. And that will bring the quality of life down for people overall, because when you're in an environment where there is extreme poverty, it's hard for you to live your life, because you're going to feel like in fear and you're actually going to be in danger, because people are desperate to take, and people will do anything to survive in a negative way. And your life is going to be in danger if you're not feeding the people are going to steal your food. So that's just how I feel about that. And I think, ultimately, the government's fine. I'm not anti-government or anything like that. I feel like it's serving a purpose, and as long as humans go without brain implants, like the chips that make you smarter, there's going to be a need for government. But if everybody got a brain implant and literally was able to think, like if everybody could be on the same intellectual capacity, then we could probably have a one world government where it's just one governing body over all the countries. You know, it really just depends. And people are always like, they want to put a chip in your brain so they can control you. People thought cell phones would give you cancer. Now everybody has a cell phone glued to their hand. It's just technology. Like, don't be afraid of it. Imagine if we have robots that can do, like, have a functioning body, like a human body, limbs and fingers and stuff like that. And they have a processor in their mind that's allowing them to compute like a supercomputer. How long do you think they're going to put up with us? That just means that we need a processor. The thing about it is, though, we already have a supercomputer in our mind. Our mind is a supercomputer. Our subconscious is a supercomputer. But our conscious mind is way slower than our subconscious mind. So a lot of people don't think fast enough, and putting a processor or some type of implant into our brain would allow us to have a better relationship with getting information from our subconscious to our conscious. And I think it will move the race forward tremendously if people would have brain implants. I don't think it's about the government wanting to control us. I think it's about creating new opportunities for us. Like, imagine if you could think, but you're thinking so deeply that you're just pulling things out of your subconscious mind into your conscious mind and then bringing them into reality. It's like your wildest dreams will start coming true. And answers to questions that we have about how things work and physics and society, and just things would become clearer because our subconscious mind is connected to the universe directly. Like, we're directly plugged in down there to everything that is. So if we're able to actually access the information that's in our subconscious mind, what? I'm getting me a brain chip as soon as they come out, first generation. People scared of stuff. I don't know what you're scared for. If they wanted to kill you, you would be dead. They want you alive and working. That's the real trap. But yeah, that's just my little spiel of today and how I was feeling, what I was thinking about. I'll be back tomorrow to talk about some other stuff. This is my channel. Like it or don't, but you gotta get the fuck up out of here.